RiME is one of this month's free PS Plus games, and I'm not lying to you when I say that this is one of the best PS Plus games that I've played to date. Highlighting the great qualities that make Abzu and Legend of Zelda shine, RiME is basically the equivalent of a drunken binge around town. You run around in a toga and a cape and yell at things. Toga, 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 toga. Okay, but really, RiME immediately reminded me of these two games. If you haven't seen our Game Boiz review of Abzu, I highly recommend you go check it out. And if you haven't heard of Zelda, then I highly recommend you click the big red X on the top of your screen and go rethink your life choices. RiME is reminiscent of Abzu in that there is no dialogue. The entire game is carried by its incredible sound score and excellent audio and visual cues. I mean, how can you hear this and not be moved? It's also reminiscent of the Zelda Wind Waker series, based off its graphical style and puzzle selections. Puzzles are hard enough when you need to use your brain, but it's never overwhelmingly difficult as the game leaves you just the right amount of breadcrumbs to make you feel like Sherlock by the end of it.
The game, Mrs. Hudson, is on.
One of my favorite things is how the game evolves as you progress further. Puzzles become increasingly more interesting, new mechanics are introduced that change the way you play, and it always leaves you wanting to get around the next corner, which makes it impossible to put the controller down. The gameplay is silky smooth, your character is easy to control, and maneuvering around obstacles and scaling up buildings seems seamless. They did an excellent job of making the controls simple, so it's easy to move around the way you want, but you still feel the danger when you're scaling giant buildings or being chased by enemies. The story is, as you'd imagine, very metaphorical since there's no dialogue. You play as a boy who washes on the shore of this island and rediscover memories of how he and his father were at sea and struck by a storm that knocked his father overboard, and he wears the red cloak to remember him. As you progress through the game, each new area represents each of the 5 stages of grief. If you're not crying now, you'll have plenty of opportunities while you play the game. All in all, RiME is a game that you have to at least try, especially now since it's free. The story is deep, the soundtrack is amazing, and if it doesn't leave you feeling something, then you have no soul.
I have no soul.
So it's for these reasons that I've decided to rate this game 12,000 lobsters out of 77 Amazon Prime packages. Hey guys, this is Sam from the Game Boiz. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps us out. I'll see you next time.